evidence, y'all. So this video is kind of a part 2 to my last video I made, which is about hairline, facial, and forehead dysmorphia that you get from covering up your natural hairline constantly. When you mess with your hairline, you mess with your forehead. When you mess with your forehead, you mess with your face. Throwing off your proportions, you getting used to a face that you don't really see like that. So my thing is that I want to talk about in this video is I don't really get hair depression, even when my hair is not done. So I've been going to the pool a lot. So my hair is growing out. So this style is not perfect. It don't bother me not one bit. It really don't. You feel me? Because I'm not a stranger to kinky coiliness. I'm not a stranger to poofiness. I'm not a stranger to frizz. I'm not a stranger to any element of black hair of my hair. I'm not a stranger to it. You feel me? Even if you're not wearing a wig, if you're constantly doing tight styles, black men, if you constantly getting a haircut and all you can do is rock a fade, like you want to rock a fade, some black men are scared to grow their top out because you know, they feel like their hair is nappy and it's not curly, it's not giving what it's supposed to give. But those people who are constantly trying to eliminate any evidence of texture, when you do them tight styles and using all that goddamn gel, you don't want nobody to see not one kink. Like if you see a kink, like you gonna lose your mind. But I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to my hairline, that's not something I'm really trying to see. Even though like a kink on my forehead, like I feel like why not just brush it out? But that comes from us trying to hide our hairlines. When we would have to wear scarves and stuff, we would slick down the front so that people would not see the kinks and stuff on our hairline, trying to mimic other races' hairlines whose hair naturally falls on their face. But our hairline is evolutionary evidence of where we from, because it keeps the sweat from running down our forehead. Our hair doesn't lay on our forehead. Our hair goes up. So what we starting to get at is identity depression. Okay, not identity depression, identity dysmorphia, because y'all are literally feeling not like yourselves when you look most like yourself. These wigs and all of these enhancements are starting to convince y'all that, I don't know if y'all think y'all mixed race or something, but why the freak would you think that your hair is not gonna be kinky when you take that wig off? Why would you look in the mirror and say something ain't right? I don't feel like myself. And then when you get your hair done, you're like, oh, I feel like myself again. You're so not used to the way that you look. Looking in the mirror is literally probably warfare for y'all. Like y'all are going through warfare. You're having an identity crisis. This stuff, this makeup, these lashes, laying your edges down, all this stuff is not real. It's so sad to say, but some people are so attached to this stuff. Like I watched this girl on YouTube, right? She went through like weight loss transformation, got reconstructive surgery and stuff like that. And it's just, she's so willing to accept every part of herself. Like I'm so willing to accept that I'm big. I'm so willing to accept that I have a long neck. I'm so willing to accept all of this stuff, my skin color, but you are not willing to accept your hair texture, because all of her hair texture line, like she has a hair, like a weave line, a wig line or whatever, all of that stuff. I keep asking her, girl, when we gonna see an afro? When we gonna see kinky straight? Because you keep talking about all this self-love, and I have yet to see you even do a fake, like an artificial version of what you really look like. You don't love yourself, and you will never ever be able to convince the world that y'all love yourselves if y'all are not willing to wear y'all texture, and if you scared to wear a fro, and you want all these black men to love y'all and be enthralled with y'all and be so attracted to something you're not attracted to, and you need to stop lying to yourself. It's no reason why you should have hair depression when you're wearing your natural hair. Absolutely not. No other race is dealing with that issue, because y'all keep saying that white people wear toupees and white people wear extensions and K-tips and all of that stuff. They do, but they don't have hair dysmorphia. I mean, they don't have identity dysmorphia when they take it out. You feel me? They not struggling the way we struggling. Why is we struggling like this? Like, ooh, y'all, I just feel like, sometimes I feel like we gotta pray for this community, because y'all not gonna be the first, nor y'all be the last black women to die hating themselves. And it's like, if you want to go outside like that, go outside like that. Go outside like that. You're not going to be able to convince your kids. You're not fooling nobody. You're not going to be able to convince your kids. You're not going to be able to convince your family members or the world that you love yourself when you sit up here talking about you got hair depression when you don't have somebody else hair on your head. What is wrong with you? I had to take a break because this junk was stressing me out, but I'm sick and tired of you hoes trying to gaslight us and tell us that you love yourselves when it's clear that you don't. You would never hide. Nobody hides nothing that they think is valuable unless they think somebody's going to take it. And you know dang well you ain't worried about nobody coming and taking your fro off of your head or something like that. So nobody else hides that. I don't hide. Like when girls feel like they have a nice body, they want to show it off. And they actually are confused. Like, why are y'all telling me to cover up? I have a nice body. I should be showing that off. That's making me more attractive. That's making me more beautiful. Nobody hides nothing. And stop saying it's a lot of work. You saying it's a lot of work when you've been having that braid down and you done did 3 installs with the same braid down. Y'all be going months and months and months without washing y'all hair. That junk is nasty. If you're sweating and doing all this stuff and going out into the elements, you're not washing your hair regularly. It don't matter if you got braids in. It don't matter what. You're not washing your hair. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. You are filthy. And y'all, it's just, y'all be gaslighting us so bad. Y'all keep saying that it's a lot of work, number one, but everybody that is telling y'all that wears their natural hair is telling y'all it's not that much work. What's a lot of work would be trying to turn my 4A, 4B hair into type 3 hair. That will be a lot of work. That is something I'm not signing up for. You hoes are trying to sign up for that. Y'all were signing up for that. Y'all were spending all day shingling and doing wash and goes that take all day instead of slapping gel and moisturizer on your hair. Y'all are the ones making it take all day. Mind y'all, the last time y'all really was wearing y'all hair out long enough to actually complain about it was when you was a kid and your mama was doing your hair back then. And in her busy schedule, she still found time to do your hair, your sister's hair, and her hair. And so now you older, you don't even do your hair like that. Y'all talking about natural hair is expensive, natural hair is da-da-da-da. You using cheap shampoo. You spending all that money on wigs and extensions, and then you buying cheap shampoo, cheap products, cheap oil. Y'all buying all the cheap stuff. You're not even, like, what are you talking about? My shea butter costs $20. Like, I'm not just putting anything up in my head. So if you want to say natural hair is expensive, I can say natural hair is expensive. You cannot say natural hair is expensive when has it been expensive for you? When have you actually made your own products? When has it been time consuming for you? Because you don't do your hair. You don't know how to cornrow. You don't know how to put no wig on. You don't know how to do mini twists. You don't know how to do nothing. You can't even do a bantu knot out. You don't know how to do hair. So what are you talking about? It's a lot of work. You never did the work. You never did the work. You wore your hair in a slick back for 3 days before you had your next hair appointment, and you put a wig back on and you put braids back in. You don't even braid. You don't even do your own braids. What are you talking about? Like, I do every one of my hairstyle. Every single one. Nobody had put their hands in my hair for a minute. I do my hair, and I'm telling y'all, it's not that much work. I just have to plan ahead. I block off some time to do it, and I do my hair. What are y'all talking about? Y'all sitting here trying to gaslight us, telling us this stuff, and now you sitting up there talking about you depressed. I'm just over seeing y'all complain about, this is why I don't do hair videos, because, like, talk about hair issues and black hair issues, because I'm sick of seeing y'all cry and look pathetic on TikTok. I'm not gonna lie, like, y'all look hella pathetic. Y'all look pathetic. Like, you look pathetic. Because one video, you swinging this 23-inch wig, whatever the inches be, this 50-inch wig, and in the next video your hair is this long because you never took care of it or nothing like that. You never took care of it, and you looking a mess. Yeah, y'all hair look a mess. Yeah, y'all hair look a mess. Your hair look dry, it look brittle, your ends look trash, your hair is short, and it shouldn't be short at this age, at this stage. Why is your hair still that short? Yeah, it get like that for real. Yes, like, it do look a mess because you don't take care of it, but you're not gonna sit here and keep gaslighting people, then turn around talking about you depressed and all of this stuff. Nobody want to hear that. Nobody want to hear that when it's like, God gave you a blessing. Now, if you turned around and you was bald, if you was bald-headed, people with alopecia is killing for a good working scalp that actually produce follicles and hair and stuff like that. They would kill for that. And you sitting over there with a perfectly fine head of hair or perfectly working scalp, and you still not doing your hair. And you sit here complaining. Like, this video over because I got irritated.